Alright everyone, welcome back to the Nacho Chipman channel, where today we're going to be taking on this revamped story mission, A Lone Warrior's Last Battle, where we can get this new Vegeta that came out. Really quick, I did want to go over missions, because this is one of the DB stories where you will get a support memory, and you have to use specific characters. Basically what I try to do for these types of missions is I try to put on characters onto the team that will fulfill as many of the conditions as possible, and then the rest of the characters I could do the effective bonus category. You need, for stage 1, a Team Bardock character, stage 2, Giant 8 Power, stage 3, Gifted Warriors, next one is Entrusted Will, Low Class Warrior, All Out Struggle, Planetary Destruction, Terrifying Conquerors, Wicked Bloodline, and finally stage 10 is Miraculous Awakening. You only need one character on the team, it's not like you need a full team. Pretty much, there is 2 Bardocks in the game that will fulfill stage 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6's condition, and then stage 3, 7, 8, and 9 you can basically do with any Frieza in the game. So Frieza will be on Gifted Warriors. Most of them are on Planetary Destruction, especially if you do like the destroying Planet Vegeta, Planet Namek, the LR Golden Frieza, and then Terrifying Conquerors and Wicked Bloodline. This is pretty much just the Frieza race category, so he's on all of those. And then I just have one character that has Miraculous Awakening for this last category. I think there is no Bardock that would be on Miraculous Awakening, but then also on Giant 8 Power, because you need like the Great Ape transformation. So unfortunately you can't limit it down to 2 units, and there's also no Miraculous Awakening Frieza, it seems. Or at least none that fulfill the conditions laid out here. So we're going to swap back to the Dokkan layout. I will redo the first stage, because I did already do it. I made a previous team. You can use like this Frieza here, which is a free-to-play Frieza if you picked him up during the 10th anniversary. The newer team I have is this one here, where the 3 units on the ends are all giant form, which is the boost. And then it's this Bardock here, and then the summonable tech Bardock will fulfill all 5 of the conditions I listed out earlier. The Frieza to get the other 4, and then I have this Vegeta for Miraculous Awakening. But once again, you could literally use any Miraculous Awakening character. Basically, these 3 are here to fulfill the conditions of the missions, and then the other 3 are here to increase the drop rates. I do want to quickly check. Okay, Vegeta drops on stage 3, so 3, 4, and 5, I should make sure that I'm doing the double drop. Alright, we're going to hop right into it. This one is going to be able to be autoed because of the fact that I've already done it, but normally you would have to click through. Once again, we're going to just quickly go through here. And I mean, of course, you could always just every stage swap out a character, so that way they sit there and fulfill each condition, and then that way you could do the full kind of team. Oh, I guess Hachiak decided he's going to transform. I don't think I've ever actually used this Hachiak outside of Link leveling him, so I get to see what he does today, or at least some of his animations. And pretty much you get 1 character drop every on each of the stages that you like the character drops on for a mission. So stage 3 gives you Vegetas, and you'll get 1 Vegeta from mission. Same for the Frieza on stage 6, Bardock on stage 8, and Shield on stage 9. The other 2, there's 2 more missions: clear all stages on normal and clear all stages on Z hard. Not too hard, you literally just run Z hard, and unless you are a brand new player with no SSR characters, you should be able to completely mollywop this event. I'm not even using a very super-powered, juiced-up team, and we're just blowing through it with a free-to-play LR. And then we have level up the specific character's super attack to 10, which is Vegeta Kid, which I presume is the either SSR or TUR version, because he gets an awakening. Dokkan awaken the character. Bardock from Recruit and super attack level 10 him. What if I already have that done? Okay, so I already have that. Yeah, so I already have those 2. And then Dokkan awaken the specific character. So I don't know if I have, I wouldn't say I had Vegeta Dokkan awakened. Oh, or is that the... No, I don't think that's that. I think it's... Alright, well, we'll take a look later. Alright, we're gonna hop into this stage here. Once again, I don't have to change the team because literally the required categories are completely on the team right now. So we can just kind of blitz through. We'll do a real quick, just clear everything, and then I'll come back in a little bit after Vegeta is completely farmed out, and I will awaken him. I do have to do this twice, by the way, because this Vegeta was only an SSR, or sorry, he was an SR that you could regular awaken into an SSR, and now he is a unit that can go all the way to TUR, so I have to farm out the SSR copy, the TUR copy, and the EZA copy. So I will probably be here for a while. I won't hold you guys for that long. I'll probably just get the initial copy of Vegeta done, and then I will go back in my own time and farm him out. But I do want to get his Dokkan Awakening and just everything here. Alright, this is the stage that drops Vegeta, so we're going to put on a support memory for this. And I am absolutely going to skip that. Let's just make sure we don't hit that. Now Piccolo's got to do his spiel. Demon Kingdom Piccolo Reborn! Muhaha! We'll also change the OST since we're about a third of the way through. I guess I'll also swap over to other Bardock OSTs. And I guess we will go over this Vegeta Kid once we get to the end of the video. But once again, we will just be kind of perusing through. I figure I'd just show you guys how I set up the team, and we'll just go through the event. I guess you are all going to get spoiled, because I kind of don't have a specific place to put out these videos, because I'm covered, I'm recording this the day the event came out, just to date the video. But I have videos all set all the way up through Saturday, and today is Thursday. And I have something special planned for Sunday, since we're not streaming, if I can get it done. But for now, I will have to keep that secret under wraps. We'll see if you guys see something really cool. Well, maybe not really cool. If you guys see something iconic on Sunday, then you know that I was able to do what I was referring to. But if not, I guess it'll have to come out in the future. There is also a chance that I release this video after that video that I am referring to comes out, because once again, I don't know where to put this video. Maybe I'll give you guys extra content, so I'll do, like, Friday I'll have a video, even though I'm planning on streaming for a little while. Alright, that'll finish that off. That's going to give us the medals. Yeah, so this is like the first phase of the medals. Yep. Prelude to Doom. Once again, we will be increasing our drop rate, because the TUR Vegeta medals drop from this one. Once again, I will not bore you with the farming. I will do that off camera after I accept the missions, and then I will come back after I have a Vegeta that is ready to be awakened. So you guys can have the, oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna need to farm up extra copies of this stupid Vegeta for the hidden potential, because he only starts as an SR. Oh, that's really annoying. So that means those SSR to, well, I guess it's SR to SSR medals, it takes 10 to awaken them, so you need main copy, the 4 hidden potential nodes, so that's 5. You need to do that again, because I'm going to make an SSR version of him rather than the TUR. So I need to, and then the EZA copy, which is going to be freaking 110 medals. Jeez. Alright, well, time to grind, I guess. Well, not yet. I have to finish up the initial run-through of the rest of the things. You know, it's actually funny. I think I recently did this stage because I realized that I didn't actually have this Frieza as an SSR. He is like the only SSR on my Link level team. Or he's the only, I guess, SR awakened character on my Link tag, because I never farmed out the SR version. Whew. Sorry guys, apparently I'm a tad tired. I never farmed out basically the unawakened version of him for Link leveling. Probably because I had the unawakened versions for so long, because you couldn't get the medals to awaken the golden Frieza units, like the first year Resurrection F movie event that was locked behind keys. You couldn't get the medals to do the golden freezes. And of course, like a couple months after I finally decided to tank like 1,000 keys to get enough medals, they just came out and revamped the event, which, you know, of course, just my luck. But that is in the past. We are past that. I farmed out this Frieza the other day just in case they revamped like that he doesn't drop, or that he starts as a different awakened Frieza, but I did not have to do that, because this event just literally has him listed, but I just wanted to double check, because I know there are characters where they'll do that. Like, you can no longer get the rare Int Goku that used to drop from the Battle of Gods event. Let me see if I could pull it up on the computer real quick. My best bet is probably Pure Saiyan. Alright, hold on. Because there's like a... I think it's a super... It's now a Super Saiyan Goku that you awaken into God Goku, and then Dokkan awaken him back into Super Saiyan Goku. I literally saw Piccolo and my brain went World Tournament. I went for the freaking Ghost Usher item. If you guys were unconvinced that World Tournament has fried my brain, there is the proof. Let me actually just go one. That's going to be the easier way to find this. Once again, I'll just continue. That is why I brought those 2 units, by the way. I can get link levels on them. Realm of Gods. It's like the one Super Saiyan Goku on Realm of Gods. Yeah, there. Okay. We're going to swap over just really quick. So this Super Saiyan Goku, he drops as this from the event. You can no longer get this Goku. He used to drop from the old Battle of Gods event before it was... What? You can definitely get this Goku. Why is it not... Yeah, here. So, the only Goku that drops now is this Int Super Saiyan Goku. Whereas, like, you originally could get this R Goku here, but you can no longer get him. He literally is unobtainable. They made it to where the event no longer drops him. So that is why I farmed out the Frieza, as I said, with the keys, because I recognized the stage. But it wasn't necessary because Frieza does just drop. They did not change that. I'm wondering if they're going to ever do something with Chilled. Oh, the other thing is I might actually have Vegeta partially farmed out, because I think I did do some of the, like, SSR, or, sorry, the SR units, if they ever happen to get their, like, awakenings or anything. We could change to this. I'm technically fighting, like, I think the Chilled units now, so it's fitting. We go from the DBZ Bardock story to episode of Bardock OST. I really wish that Bardock would have been good, either base or when he easy aid. The AGL Saiyan Day Bardock really didn't have a massive time to shine. Really sad. And he was like one of my favorite units to summon for way back in my day. You know, at this point I'm basically like an old man in Dokkan terms. Very sad. Back in my day, we weren't guaranteed an SSR. Nah, I'm sorry. I'll stop. Again, should have started my YouTube channel like 6 years ago. Actually, I should have started it like 8 or 9 years ago is what I should have done. I should have started it when I first started playing the game. Alas, circumstances did not allow. Alright. We're hopping in. This is the last stage, stage 10. And this should clear up basically every mission except for Dokkan Awaken Vegeta. So pretty much you just go through Bardock's story, really. You're just going through, like, when you fight the aliens that allow him to see the future, taking on Dodoria, taking on Frieza, and then taking on Shield's little goons, and then Shield himself. And pretty much you can now get a new Vegeta from it, so. More proof that me being very forward-thinking and farming out units is probably a good idea. That's up to you guys, though. You want to do that, go right ahead. If you don't want to do it, whatever. You get dragon stones from clearing this. You get 20 stones total from clearing basically every stage, since every stage will give you 2. And this should be every mission except for, I presume this is, yeah, that's putting in there. So we get the support memory, Bardock and Kakarot. Low-class warrior category allies, 1 key and 10% for 2 turns from the start of battle. Very good, very good. Alright, I'm going to go farm out that Vegeta. Actually, I'm going to really quickly go check if I have, if I do have, I do. So I did have a copy of him. Okay, so that is, yeah, so this is the EZA copy. That's the SA5 EZA copy. And then I did get 5 copies of him to, or 4 copies of him to awaken, so I don't have to farm quite as much. But, yeah, I'll go farm him out, and then I will be back when I am ready to awaken him. Alright, so I farmed up enough medals. We're actually going to awaken the, my SA5 EZA copy, just so I could get this in the video and I could end off the video. We're going to awaken this Vegeta, we're going to put him up to there, and we're going to awaken him here. I do like this art, because that's like him bowing to Frieza, I believe. And you know what? This one, I think, is supposed to be a mirror of the art from the Broly movie, where he's like sitting and eating with Raditz. It's actually pretty cool. Alright, we're going to hop over to the computer. This Vegeta Kid, Indifferent Gifted Fighter, Vegeta Kid, is on lead successors, key 3, all stats 50%, or AGL, int, and Fizz type, key 2, and stats 30%. Never going to use that as a leader skill unless you're a brand new player, but it's there if you need it. If you need a successors leader and this is the only one you got, then go for it. Super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, and a high chance to stun. Stunning's good, that could be useful for Super Battle Road. Other than that, stunning's not going to really help you in most situations. Most of the big bad bosses of the game completely get rid of that. They don't care about that. They just say, no, you can't stun me, not allowed. Alright, he does key 2, 200% to stats, which is pretty good. Just remember that he is going to have a lower 100% stats because he is a free-to-play unit. Usually, summonable units will get 5,000 across the board. I think free-to-play units only get about 2,000 is what it seems like, yeah. So, these stats are going to be, like, very huge in comparison, but they're not going to do as much. They're not going to be as effective as, like, if this was a summonable unit, like Banner Unit, Kid Vegeta. But let's continue. When facing 2 or more enemies, which is almost like no fights in the game, a lot of the fights are 1-on-1s. Well, I guess 7-on-1s because you have a full team, but I digress. Attack and defense, a 120%, chance of performing a crit and evading 20%. And then Space Traveling Warriors or Gifted Warriors category allies, attack and defense 20% for 2 turns. He's a 2-turn support. If it's 3 enemies, he gets more stats. Okay, so if you face, let me just make sure there's no other ones. When you face 3 or more enemies, he'll have a total of 250 to stats and a 50% chance to crit and dodge. Pretty good, pretty good. Once again, not a huge amount of places you'd be able to use that. And then Space Traveling Warriors and Gifted Warriors, 30% to stats for 3 turns, damn. When there is another ally whose name includes Vegeta, attacking in the same turn, 20% chance to dodge when receiving an attack? Interesting, and defense. When there are no other allies whose name include Vegeta attacking in the same turn, he gets crit. Okay, so you'd want to run him with a Vegeta because the defense is almost always going to outweigh the offense. So run him with a like-minded Vegeta, and then when attacking, he gets 200% attack and defense and launches 2 additionals, each of which have a high chance of becoming a super attack. So, with everything up, you cannot have both of these up, so you will have to have one or the other. With everything up, he will have 450, 650% to stats. He'll have either 850 attack or 850 defense, depending on if you have a Vegeta in the turn. And then he can do 2 additional attacks, which have a 50% chance to be a super. Basically, he'll average his regular super, he'll do another super, a normal, and then you have your, because it's a 50-50 pretty much. And since you have 2, it would kind of average out. And then he also has, depending, pretty much he can have a up to 70% chance to crit and 70% chance to dodge. And he does support. Pretty good. I would say dump all of his hidden potential into dodge. He's not tanking any of these monster super attacks. I honestly don't even know if he can tank the normals without guard or damage reduction. His stats are probably going to be pretty high if you can get everything to proc. But other than that, I mean, he does get this. So if you do get, like, the 4 super attack turn, he might be able to live a little bit. But once again, I would just go full dodge. Use him as a floating support type unit if you're facing more than 2 enemies or 3 enemies. And then just pretty much use them like that. But with that, I think we're good to end off the video. We're going to go collect the reward we got from awakening him, which is 1 gold Hercule statue, which I will sell right now. But if you guys like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up down below. If you guys want to leave a comment down below, like, I can't believe it took you 25 minutes to go through this event, or how long did you farm off screen, go ahead and throw that in the comments down below. And if you guys like the content and want to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as hitting the notification bell to be notified when I upload. But other than that, I shall see you all next time. Ciao!